Here's something most men don't understand. Women don't always tell you when they're attracted to you. In fact, we often won't say a word, and that's not because we're playing games or trying to be mysterious. It's because attraction is complicated, and sometimes the way we show interest is subtle, indirect, or even unconscious. If you're waiting for a woman to come out and declare she likes you, you're going to miss the signals that matter the most. The truth is, women communicate attraction through behavior, body language, and energy long before we ever speak the words. We might linger in your space, laugh at your jokes more than we should, or mirror your movements without even realizing it. But if you don't know what to look for, all of that can go unnoticed. And men often misread friendly gestures for disinterest. Understanding these signs isn't about manipulation, it's about awareness. It's about seeing what women actually do, rather than what they say, and knowing how to respond in a way that sparks connection and attraction. Once you understand these subtle cues, you'll start to notice patterns you never saw before. You'll realize that attraction isn't always loud or obvious. It's often quiet, nuanced, and requires a little insight to recognize. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to watch for. I'm going to show you the 7 most common ways a woman shows interest, even when she'll never say it out loud. Some of this might challenge what you've been taught about how women behave, but it's honest, practical, and grounded in real female psychology. Pay attention, because these are the signals that matter. They reveal desire, curiosity, and emotional investment, things that words alone rarely communicate. Once you start noticing these behaviors, you'll understand women better, interact with more confidence, and create stronger connections naturally. 1. She mirrors everything you do without thinking. One of the strongest signs a woman is attracted to you is when she starts mirroring your actions without even realizing it. This doesn't mean she's copying you to be funny or cute. It's subconscious. It's her way of showing connection and alignment with your energy. I remember being at a small gathering and noticing a guy across the room. He took a sip of his drink and shifted in his chair, and almost immediately, I found myself doing the same thing without thinking about it. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't calculated. My body was simply responding to his in a way that created a subtle sense of closeness. I realized later that this is exactly how attraction begins on a silent, instinctive level. Women mirror because it creates rapport. It's a signal that we feel comfortable with you and that your presence affects us emotionally and physically. When a woman unconsciously mirrors your gestures, posture, or speech patterns, it's a sign she's engaged with you on a deeper level than just casual conversation. This isn't about playing games. It's about the way our brains are wired to pick up on energy, to feel connection, and to express interest without saying a word. The key is noticing it. Most men miss this entirely because it happens naturally and subtly. You might see it in the way she laughs at the same time as you do, matches your pace while walking, or even mimics your tone or choice of words. These small, almost invisible behaviors are not accidental. They are signs of attraction that you can use to guide how you interact, how you respond, and how you build connection. Another important point is consistency. One small mirrored action might be coincidence, but if it happens repeatedly, especially across different situations, it's a strong indication she's interested. Women do this without realizing it, and it's one of the most authentic ways to read attraction. Finally, mirroring creates a magnetic pull. It's subtle but powerful. It makes interactions feel smoother and more connected without any forced effort. Women mirror when they feel drawn to someone, when we want to align with their energy, and when we are subconsciously signaling that we are open to more. If you notice it, you're seeing one of the clearest signs a woman is attracted to you without ever saying it. 2. Her eyes find you, even when she's looking elsewhere. One of the clearest signs a woman is attracted to you is the way her eyes behave around you. She doesn't always have to be staring directly at you for you to notice. Often her attention will wander your way repeatedly, and that's no accident. Eyes are powerful indicators of interest, and women can't hide it when they're drawn to someone. When a woman is attracted to a man, she unconsciously seeks him out with her gaze. You might catch her looking at you from across the room, or notice her glancing your way during a conversation. It's subtle but persistent. Even when she's engaged in another activity, her eyes tend to find you, signaling curiosity and attraction. This behavior is instinctive. It's one of the ways women communicate interest without words. It's important to understand what this looks like. A lingering look, quick glances when she thinks you're not noticing, or repeated eye contact are all signals that she's engaged with you. Women use these cues to gauge your reaction and measure your confidence. The longer she looks, the more comfortable and intrigued she is. This is why eye contact is such a powerful tool in attraction. Another key point is that eyes reveal emotions before words do. A woman may be smiling and talking casually, but her eyes can tell you that she's curious, interested, or even slightly nervous in a way that words don't capture. That's why paying attention to eye behavior is critical. It's instinctive, honest, and rarely lies. Women also use eye contact to test confidence. How you respond to her gaze matters. If you meet it calmly and confidently, it reinforces attraction. If you look away or overthink it, you risk diminishing the subtle pull that's already there. This exchange is part of the silent language of desire. Finally, remember that eyes are one of the most revealing indicators of attraction a woman can give. They signal curiosity, engagement, and interest in ways that her words might not. If you start noticing patterns in how she looks at you, it's a strong clue she's attracted and invested on a subconscious level. 3. She gets nervous around you, even when she tries to hide it. When a woman is attracted to you, her body reacts before her mind has time to control anything. She may try to appear calm and composed, but attraction naturally creates a little nervous energy. It shows up in small ways that men often overlook, yet they're some of the strongest indicators of real interest. The truth is that women get nervous around men they genuinely like because they care about how they're being perceived. That pressure to make a good impression creates a mix of excitement and anxiety. You might notice her adjusting her hair more often, touching her neck, fidgeting with something in her hands, or shifting her posture. She's not doing these things because she's bored. She's doing them because her mind is overactive around you, and she's trying to manage her emotions. Another thing to pay attention to is her voice. When a woman is attracted to you, her tone may change without her realizing it. Sometimes her voice softens, sometimes it becomes lighter. Sometimes she talks a little faster because her brain is trying to keep up with the flood of adrenaline. These changes happen naturally and are common signs that she feels something around you. You may also notice that she becomes more aware of her appearance in your presence. She might adjust her clothing, check herself in reflective surfaces, or sit up a little straighter when you walk into the room. This is not vanity. It is instinct. Women do this when they want to present their best self to a man they care about or feel drawn to. Another strong indicator is her attention to detail. Women who are attracted notice the small things. They listen in a way that feels different. They remember your preferences, your humor, your habits, and the things you casually mention. This level of awareness comes from genuine interest. She is paying attention because she wants to understand you better and create a stronger connection. 4. She mirrors your energy without realizing it. One of the clearest signs a woman is attracted to you is when she naturally starts mirroring your energy, your tone, or even your body language. Most women do not consciously decide to do this. It happens because she feels connected to you and her mind is trying to create harmony between you without her noticing it. Mirroring is a deep psychological response. When a woman feels drawn to a man, she begins to sync with him. If you speak calmly, she relaxes, and her voice follows that rhythm. If you become more playful, she becomes more playful. If you lean in slightly during a conversation, she often shifts her posture to reflect the same openness. None of this is planned. It is her attraction showing up in a very natural way. A woman who mirrors you also pays attention to the flow of your conversations. When you share something with confidence, she matches your confidence. When you slow down and speak more thoughtfully, she responds with the same level of presence. Women do this because they want to feel aligned with the man they like. That sense of matching energy makes her feel closer and more connected to you. You may notice that her texting style becomes similar to yours too. If you send concise messages, she replies in a similar tone. If you share something thoughtful, her responses carry the same depth. This is her way of meeting you where you are. Women instinctively adjust their communication patterns when they want to build a connection with a man. Another thing to look for is the emotional mirroring that happens during deeper conversations. If you open up and share something personal, she becomes more open as well. Women only mirror emotional vulnerability with men they trust or feel attracted to. It is her way of showing that she is comfortable letting you in and wants you to feel the same comfort with her. 5. She tries to be around you. More than she admits, when a woman is attracted to you, one of the strongest signs is how she manages to place herself in your space more often than necessary. She may not say she likes you, she may not flirt directly, but her presence gives her away. Women know exactly where they position themselves and who they choose to be near. Nothing about that is accidental. Most men think attraction shows up in obvious words or bold moves. For women, it is usually in the quiet choices. If she keeps showing up near you, initiating contact more often, finding reasons to talk, or making sure she crosses your path, she is revealing something she may never put into words. There was a guy I once knew who never realized a girl on his course liked him. She never flirted, she never complimented him, but she always found herself near him before class started. She would arrive early, sit in a spot that made it easy to talk to him, and pretend she just happened to choose that seat. When there were group tasks, she always drifted toward his group, never too close, but close enough to feel included. Even on days when she claimed she had a lot going on, she still managed to be around him. He assumed she was just friendly, but she was structuring her day in little ways to be near the person she was drawn to. Women do this because proximity feels safe. It lets us study your energy, your reactions, your mood, and how we feel when we are near you. Being around you lets her decide whether she can trust you, whether she respects you, and whether the attraction she feels makes sense. Even if she is shy, this pull toward your presence still shows. A woman does not repeatedly place herself around a man unless something is happening inside her. 6. She becomes more aware of herself around you. One of the strongest signs a woman is attracted to you, yet will never say it, is how she suddenly becomes more aware of herself when you are around. Women are naturally self-aware, but when we like a man, it becomes more focused. It shows up in the way we speak, the way we sit, the way we move, and even the way we manage our energy. It is subtle, but it is very real. When a woman likes you, her body responds before her words ever do. She becomes more conscious of her posture because she wants to look her best without making it obvious. She pays attention to how she sounds because she wants you to think she is interesting and pleasant to listen to. She becomes more careful about her expressions because she wants to appear warm and approachable, but not too eager. It is a quiet balance she tries to keep, and it usually comes from attraction she does not feel ready to voice. You may notice her adjusting her clothes when she sees you, not because she is insecure, but because she wants to feel put together in front of you. You may see her touch her hair more often, not as a performance, but as a natural response to wanting to feel attractive. She may even seem slightly nervous in a way she is not around other men. Women rarely get nervous around men they feel nothing for. Her awareness also shows up in how carefully she chooses her words. She may take an extra second to respond because she wants to answer well. She may laugh more easily because your presence heightens her emotions. She may ask more questions because she cares about what you think and how you see things. A woman who is not attracted to you will be more relaxed, more casual, and less concerned about how she comes across. Another sign is how she becomes more tuned in to your reactions. She watches how you respond to her jokes, her comments, her ideas, and even her appearance. She does this because she wants to know if you see her the way she secretly sees you. Attraction makes her more observant and more emotionally alert. 7. She tries to hide it, but her reactions give everything away. Here is the truth a lot of men overlook. When a woman is attracted to you, she will do everything she can to stay in control of herself, but her reactions will reveal her feelings long before she ever admits them. Women can be very private about their emotions, especially around a man they really like. It is vulnerability. It is fear of rejection. It is wanting to look confident and composed. But attraction always leaks through the cracks, even when she tries to hide it. This is where many men miss their chances. They expect women to express attraction in a loud or obvious way. They wait for something bold or direct. But that is not how most women operate. What you see instead are small shifts in her behavior that tell you exactly what she feels. If you are not paying attention, you assume she is just being friendly or neutral. If you are more aware, you realize her reactions are not casual at all. She may get quieter around you because she does not want to say something embarrassing. She may get louder around you because she wants you to notice her energy. She may seem slightly jealous when you give attention to another woman, even if she tries to act like it does not bother her. She may act a little colder some days because she does not want to seem too attached. Women often move between showing interest and pulling back because attraction makes us feel exposed, and that can be uncomfortable. Here is where the wake-up call comes in. A lot of men think women lose interest quickly, when in reality they lose interest in men who cannot read the signals they are already giving. A woman will not keep trying to show signs if she feels invisible. She will not keep leaning toward you emotionally if she feels like you are not seeing what she is clearly expressing. Attraction needs encouragement. If she feels ignored, she will protect herself and pull away. You do not need to respond with pressure or intensity. You do not need to confess anything or chase her. You just need to be present, confident, and observant. When she gives a sign, acknowledge it with calm, steady energy. When she seems a little guarded, do not take it personally. When she shows a reaction she tries to hide, understand that she is letting you see something she does not show everyone. That is a privilege, even if it seems subtle. Women respect men who can read emotional cues without making a big performance out of it. We gravitate toward men who understand that attraction is often quiet at first. If you want to become the kind of man women feel comfortable showing interest to, you have to sharpen your awareness. Pay attention to the reactions she cannot control. They are more honest than anything she might say out loud. Here's the part most men never hear from a woman. Attraction is not mysterious. It is not random. It is not something you need to guess or chase or stress over. Women reveal their interest in quiet, consistent ways, and when you understand those signals, the whole dating world becomes easier. You stop fighting for attention. You stop overthinking every move. You stop feeling like you are always the one trying harder. The truth is that women rarely say what they feel first, not because we want to play games, but because we want to feel safe, understood, and valued before we open up. That is why these 7 signs matter. They show you the truth we are thinking long before we admit it. When a woman is attracted to you, her behavior changes in ways she can't control, no matter how much she tries to hide it. But here's the bold part. A man who can't recognize a woman's attraction will lose her to a man who can. Women move toward the man who sees them, understands them, and responds with calm confidence. That is the real advantage, and it has nothing to do with looks or money. It comes from awareness. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these signs have you noticed before, but didn't understand until now? What situations have you experienced that finally make sense after hearing this? Share your story in the comments because I'll be reading them and responding. I appreciate you for watching, and I'm here to help you understand women better every time you show up.